Bro, frick you. Dude, I don't I'm just gonna make a video in blank space and I'm just gonna put screenshots on it with editing. So here I made in the beginning of the level I made these structures with like a little like custom gradient, which is not like using the full gradient trigger, but it's like using those blank white blocks that you could find in the regular block section, where you could just change the color, warp them around, do everything. And then I also made some custom spikes with the same kind of color, but instead of like using the gradient, it makes one side look like it's being hit by the light and stuff. So it looks really cool. Um, I added like black circles around all the orbs and custom saw blades. They look really cool. I really like them. I basically used some. I made this cutscene where when you play this little gaze thing, this word gaze up here, it moves down by each letter on the beat, like this. On the beat, every ba ba ba. So each letter moves down, and then on the last whatcha wow, the E moves in because it's like 3 beats, but only GAZ can move down on the beat. So I improvised and used the extra little sound. The gameplay I put in here for after the beat drop with the gaze cutscene is kind of very inspired by a creator called Gepsony or Jepsony, Jepsony4. Um, he makes really good gameplay. It's basically like Fonk, Sync, whatever, and it's really fun to play. I love playing all these levels, all his levels. They're good for grinding keys. Yeah, so I use a bunch of spider orbs, some green orbs, red orbs, and I did this cool like the letters in the gaze cutscene for the title. The gradient just inverts, so that's cool. I love making that. Yeah, I forgot to mention the gradient also rotates on its way to get to a perfect position to enter the cutscene, so it could like invert from the top and bottom, which is really cool. I then made this little blue orb section where the camera isn't just, all weird and stuff. It moves from one orb to the next orb to the next orb, which is so cool, which technically kind of follows your player as well around these saw blades. Um, I made this black orb insanely bigger than the portals itself. I really like the design, by the way, with the black circle around it. Basically, it's because from this transition to the red orb into the black orb, it's very kind of it was very hard, so I had to make the black orb like almost 10 times bigger than the portal. Then we got this cool little ship part. This trigger here, this activate trigger or yeah, activate. Uh, oh my god, what's the name of this thing? A toggle orb. This toggle orb moves these pillars out the way so you could, move through, and then this toggle orb makes the straight fly easier, but if you don't want to make the straight fly easier and do a little challenge on yourself, you can just not hit the orb at all and do the mini straight fly. Then I added this dual part for the ship, and yeah, I think it looks really good, especially with the structure in the middle, where it's like you have to hit these black orbs and go around it, but this structure looks insanely good. This is one of the best structures I think I've ever made in creating in Geometry Dash. Um yeah, and then we have this little line of saw blades here that just you have to dodge, but right now all you need to do is just hold to go around it in the duel. And then there's supposed to be like a cutscene here, but this is just like a prototype for the end of the level. I don't want to end the level right here, but yeah, this is just what I'm gonna do. Maybe a transition as well. All right, so yeah, that's my voiceover. Now I'm just gonna take a whole bunch of screenshots and edit them in. So yeah, see ya.